Are we live now? All right. Well, we're not going with an intro. We're just going straight to it. Thumbs. Yes, I know we were late. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. It wasn't working live, and obviously the intro didn't work. But we got a full live show for you guys today. 3 segments. If you guys saw this morning, I said, you know what? I've given you guys a preview on every single live show that we had. But I said, we're going to get this out even earlier. So I gave out my Panthers Patriots prediction. I gave my score prediction on what I think is going to happen. And we didn't even have the injury reports yet. And today, we did have an injury report coming out after the video came out. Tedero McMillan is not practicing with a calf injury, which is huge news for the Patriots. And also, Mike Vrabel went to the press conference today and said that he expects Christian Gonzalez to play. I'm going to have to take the corrective action if you're letting him thumbs. I'm sorry. We're here now. It's getting kind of crazy during football season here at Chat Sports. I had to produce a whole live show, so I had to delay mine from a whole half hour. It was a whole bunch of things. But we are here. Sobe's in the building, as we do to start every single show, every single live stream. Shout out your city. I want to know where we're watching from, because sometimes we don't have the real ones show up, but we always have new people in the building. Nick Flagg says Pats beat Carolina 33-13. I said 31-21 in my score prediction. Big Daddy Joe in the building. And boom, bop, bing. No, you're not. Jeremy Kimbrell, Georgetown, Massachusetts. Cooper Roy from Boston. iOS, Chicago. Oh, we're going to have to deal with you all day long, aren't we? Old Man Mob, Stevenson, Duggar, and Pop can all go. Well, I don't think they're going anywhere. Arkansas from Memphis, St. Anthony Richardson to Sobe from Schwerin in Germany. I'm glad I said that right. Missouri from Luke. Jeremy Kimball, I'm not done with Mondre yet. I'm not going to completely kick him to the curb. I'm not going to kick Ramondre Stevenson to the curb just yet. Big Daddy Joe, do not listen to him. Do not listen to that guy. He is not in Delaware. He is in Louisville, Kentucky. He's just trolling. He's trolling nonstop, Big Daddy Joe. Let Mondre take RB3 snaps and keep using him for pass protection. Nick Flagg, well, at practice today, he was taking third-string snaps. We had Travion Henderson going in first, then Antonio Gibson, and Ramondre was the third guy. Sobe says it's funny. Old Man Mob's in Springfield, New York, 1 hour of Buffalo, New York. Old Man Mob, I know all about Rochester, New York. I don't know about Springfield, New York. Anthony Richmond, only reason we need Mondre is because of his contract. I disagree with that. I think Ramondre is a great talent when he doesn't fumble the ball. Like, we got a football today, boys and girls. We got a football today. Tuck it in like this and hold it like that. Because you can't punch that ball out. You cannot punch that ball out.
Can you do me a favor, please?
What is that?
Hello, Patriots fans. My name is Moose. I'm the host over at Falcons Today. Can you please beat out of the Carolina Panthers, for the love of God?
I hope so. If you're ready to take down the Panthers, spam your NEs down in the chat. We got Moose on the ones and twos. I was on the ones and twos for Falcons Live, and that's why we were a little bit late. Yeah, you take the 219 all the way up to West Valley. Okay, I got you. Make Ramondre carry a football all week. Carry a football with 2 hands. 2 hands. You won't fumble. You cannot fumble the ball if you keep it just like that. I will emphasize that all the time. Thumbs! Coming in with a $2 super chat. Bench Stevenson and split time with Efton and Kyle. Well, if you guys saw my video yesterday that I posted, I talked about you got to give Efton Chisholm more playing time. You have to at least just make him active. He's been a healthy scratch for the last 3 weeks. And then for Kyle Williams, there is no reason why he shouldn't be playing. Only 9 snaps. And then Mike Vrabel came out in his press conference, and he was just like, They asked him, what is the latest with Efton Chisholm? And I can't remember who specifically asked him, but they said, was an injury holding him back or was it your decision? And he said, well, it was my decision. It was he's working every single week, and when the time comes that he will play, he will play. And then they asked him, what about Kyle Williams? Is he going to see more reps? And quote Mike Vrabel, hopefully. Come on, man. Just say you're going to play him. Big Daddy Joe, Gonzo is practicing. Brady Holcomb, I don't know if Jared Wilson is all right. And Moose, I will send you this link that we can pull up for the injury report for the Patriots that came out like 10 minutes ago. Yes, it is a photo. I will send it to TV. And Jared Wilson did show up on the injury report. He did not practice today, which is a little concerning. And Ben Brown will be the backup left guard if he is unable to go. He had a DNP, and also K'Lavon Chaisson. He was limping a little bit, but played the rest of the game. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a rest day, but hopefully he is okay. Just sent that over to you if we want to bring that up. We also have Christian Barmore, non-injury related, for limited in practice. Christian Gonzalez was limited in practice. He's once again practicing, which is a great sign. I saw Albert Breer. If any of you guys saw Albert Breer, he was like, this is concerning because he didn't have a setback. Hey, they're just taking it lightly, man. They're just taking it lightly. Carlton Davis, full participant. Hunter Henry, we saw him get rolled up on Sunday, but he's okay. Matt Collins came up with a hand injury. He's a full participant. Anthony Jennings with a hamstring. And Marte Mapu. What do you mean? What are you doing wrong? Is there a space at the end? Let's see. Did I send you the right link? Everybody's saying sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I do like him as a talent at safety, but do you want to deal with his kind of off-the-field issues? Here's the injury report. Thank you, producer Moose. If you guys can see here, K'Lavon Chaisson and Jared Wilson were your two DNPs for practice today. Hopefully they get practice tomorrow because I'm a little concerned about a knee injury with Chaisson. But if all things, they do not happen, well, then Keon White. And Keon White has just been okay so far. We don't have to go to that, Moose. The top fans, Thumbs is the top fan. Everybody's seen the top fans lately. Number 7. You really changed your name to that? That is yours. I will not do an impersonation of the president. As producer Moose has the best Trump impression I've heard in a long time.
You know, Pats fans, I'm really trying to think here about how much I really want you to beat the Patriots or not the Patriots, the Panthers. Look at me, I sound like a dumbass saying the wrong name. But you know what I don't do? I don't lose presidencies. That's the great thing.
See? Pretty good. 3 segments for us today, if I can hold up seriously. Oh, my God. Unpopular opinion, Thumbs. I don't think that's a very unpopular opinion at this point. I don't think it is. Unpopular opinion to bench Pop Douglas. He's not been good. He has 13 targets, and he has 13 yards. I'm all for literally just giving Efton Chisholm a shot. Just give Efton Chisholm a shot. What do you have to lose? And I will talk about this on today's show. I'll talk about this on tomorrow's video, on Friday's video, Saturday's video, and then we'll see what happens on Sunday if he is a healthy scratch. Lord Doggo got a selfie with Tommy DeVito's agent. What is his name? Do you know Tommy DeVito's agent's name? I can't remember. He always wears the hat. The Gabagool guy. Nick Flagg coming in with a $2 super chat. Hashtag pay Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry became the third most. He had the third most catches for a tight end in New England history, which is crazy to think. Actually crazy. One of the most underrated tight ends coming over from Los Angeles with the Chargers. He was he's been a great. Sean Stiletto. I think that's his name. Yeah. Stiletto. Also met DeVito's mom. 10 out of 10. Did you get her cutlets? Dude needs to play here as long as Maye is here. Well, Hunter Henry's a little bit older. Austin Hooper, I don't even think Austin Hooper's 30 yet. That's awesome, though, that you got to meet all of them. Bench Steve, yeah. Thumbs. I agree. How is Hunter 3? Yeah, Grunk is 1. Ben Coates is 2. Hunter Henry is 3, Big Daddy Joe. But, I mean, think about it. Think about, like, the tight ends that the Patriots have had. You go through in the 2000s, you had Gronk, obviously. Before that, Ben Watson. Before that, Daniel Graham. Then Christian Fourier. Then Ben Coates. Like, none of them really kind of stand out besides Gronk and Coates. And none of them have really been here that long. Obviously, Ben Watson left for the New Orleans Saints, so he didn't get that. Brendan Rice? Maybe. Top 10 tight end. Even Mac Jones made Mac Jones look slightly decent. Jeremy Kimball. Wonder why Hernandez. Jeez. Jesus, Jeremy.
All right. We have to get to at least 20 likes before we start.
Yeah, we got a 3-segment show. Everybody needs to calm the hell down on Drake Maye. And then we got some good Patriots news for their upcoming schedule. End it with a mailbag. But we got 50 people in the chat right now and only 12 likes. That's rookie numbers. That is rookie numbers.
Minimum of 12 or 20. Sorry, 12. Minimum of 20 before we start our first segment.
Yep.
We have to get there.
Yep, we're already at 18. Like and subscribe like Big Daddy Joe said. Boom Bop Bing, you better like that or I will ban you from the chat. Especially you, Nick Hendricks. There we go. 53. Got 21 likes. Keep hitting that. There you go. Boom Bop Bing. Do I play you in fantasy this week? I hope so. It's an easy win for me. I think I'm 2-1. 2-1. Yeah, Maye's number 5 in passing yards, but he wants to win. They asked him about it today in his press conference, which his press conference happened before I got to script all of that out. But unfortunately, we'll talk about it on tomorrow's show. Playing for the Mellow Foams, how about playing for jeans? Fun fact, Moose. I played with the 2 people in the chat. I had to break 100 or they lit my jeans on fire. What? Yeah, and I made like a 15-foot putt. Did you make it? Yeah. Let's go! And I saved my jeans. All right. All righty, let me get my script up here. We are going to talk about getting a double Joe. Yeah, Big Daddy Joe. I know. I know. Got to save my jeans with a putt. That's the fun I try to have around here. Starting off, we got a double dose of good news with Drake Maye and Christian Gonzalez. So let's get into it. After last week's loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I saw a lot of people in the live stream talk about, is Drake Maye the future? Are we sure he's good? Well, I'm here to tell you that all of you people that say that are absolutely insane. And then next, we get an amazing update on Christian Gonzalez. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And all the people that say, Drake Maye, you're crazy. Well, it is time to get very, very, very excited. Because not only do the stats don't lie, not only do the advanced analytics don't lie, but everything shows that Drake Maye is going to have an amazing future here in New England and possibly be, everybody says he might not be the next next franchise quarterback. Well, he's going to be. We're going to break it all down, but before, this is why you subscribe to the channel. We give you daily Patriots videos every single day. We get live shows twice per week. This is being recorded on our live show right now, and we're also live for every single watch party. YouTube Shorts, every single, if you don't want to watch a 10-minute video, we get 1 minute and below. Join 30,192 subscribers, and my goal is to get to 40 subs by the bye week. Patriots have a very, very, very late bye week after it's week 14. So now, let's get into it. And the fans have been in doubt about Drake Maye. I put out a YouTube short, which is why you subscribe to the channel, on just why everybody needs to calm down on Drake Maye. And shout out to whoever this person is, commented on one of my videos. And a lot of people commented on one of my videos. Drake maybe. And that's what they've been calling him. But I just want them to tell, you need to stop. Because a bright reality is that Drake Maye has been lighting up the NFL. Now, I know the Patriots' record is 1-2, but overall, Drake Maye has been incredible. From the first game against the Las Vegas Raiders, and then you saw him play against the Miami Dolphins, he looks like he's getting better and better and better throughout the entire season. And I think going up against these weak teams, such as the Carolina Panthers, we're going to see them play against some really, really bad teams. I think he's going to show that he's one of the top quarterbacks in this league. Mike Vrabel, he was actually very impressed despite the loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. He was impressed from what he saw from Drake Maye, but we know how Mike Vrabel is. He's never going to give him is there going to be full-on positives? There's going to be a little bit of negatives. Here's what he said. A lot of good, and unfortunately some decisions that have to be better. I'm sure we'll have to protect him better. And just understanding that you don't have to win it all in one play. There's opportunities to move on and save the day the next play. You can't put the ball in harm's way at that position, but certainly Drake wasn't alone. But there's a lot of really good things in there. His ability to extend plays, scramble, pick up first downs for us, run multiple plays inside the pocket, outside the pocket. There are a lot of good things in there. Just some decision-making that we need to have be better for him and himself. And that's what you want to see out of your head coach. We see a lot of people are questioning a lot of the other 2024 draft picks, such as Michael Penix, such as J.J. McCarthy. But it feels like Mike Vrabel knows that this guy is the franchise quarterback in New England. He knows that Drake Maye is great. And talking about his we saw what he could do against Pittsburgh, his scrambling outside the pocket. He outran T.J. Watt, for crying out loud. And you can see the stats right here. This is only 3 games played. I know it's a small sample size, but completion percentage is almost 73%. The yards are 785. He's on pace to throw for over 4,000 yards and 5 touchdowns. And this is only in his second year. And if you want to call it his second year, because the hard truth is Drake Maye has only started in 15 games. He has not played a full NFL season yet. So you can still consider him a rookie as he still has to develop. He still has to get better. You're not going to see true development until maybe even his 3rd season. I've said it before, and people are like, you can't compare him to Josh Allen. He's his own person. The only person I'm not going to compare quarterbacks to is Tom Brady, because Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback ever. The tangibles, the look of each quarterback. Him and Josh Allen look very, very similar, and we know that Josh Allen had that turnover problem. And now you go into Drake Maye's second year, and a lot of the advanced analytics put Drake Maye among some of the best, like Josh Allen, like a Patrick Mahomes, like a Lamar Jackson. He is a part of those crews, that crew that just looks really, really good, and just the guys that can really make or take over a game. Here's just some of the stats. We talked about his passing touchdowns. Tied for 4th in the NFL. His passing yards is top 5. He throws an 81% catchable throw rate at 3rd. Completion percentage is 2nd. Adjusted completion rate is 2nd. And then completion over expectations is 1st. And you can see that from Carlos A. Lopez, the future. And here's a chart that is how quarterbacks perform in expected passing situations. And you see that at the top. If you look all the way at the bottom, though, J.J. McCarthy, Jake Browning, Joe Flacco, Cam Ward, Justin Fields, all those quarterbacks, Cam Ward's a rookie. But if you look at the top right, you see Josh Allen. You see Lamar Jackson. And who's 3rd? Daniel Jones is 4th. Drake Maye. I looked at that and I went, oh, wow, Daniel Jones is on that list. Drake Maye is 3rd. So he is playing just as good as Josh Allen and just as good as Lamar Jackson. I will say on Monday after watching Lamar Jackson play, I was just like, you're holding on to the ball way, way, way too long. And that's one thing that I haven't really seen Drake Maye do this season. He's getting the ball off quick. He's not making those stupid mistakes, except for maybe trying to throw the ball away and not taking the sack when he's not supposed to. But when it's not talking about fumbles, when we're talking about just, hey, interceptions, he's taking care of the football. Last year, the biggest problem that we saw from Drake Maye was that, he could also really kind of throw interceptions. He's a little erratic, but going into this year, he has gotten better with that. His turnover-worthy play percentage is 2.9. And also when he's blitzed, it's a little bit higher, but if you look at that, you're maybe wondering, well, what is 2.9 like, Brett? What does that mean specifically? Well, turnover-worthy plays are just the percentage of plays that are worth being a turnover. But if we look at last year, it's down, or it was at 3.5% in 2024. So that means in 3 games this year, he is already just playing more and more safe football. And I think that helps with Josh McDaniels. I think that helps with the offense, how it's not that dink and dunk type of play. But I want to see Drake Maye throw the ball deeper. I want to see him kind of take chances. But also, you're not playing Kyle Williams, and that might be a problem because Kyle Williams is pretty much the only wide receiver right now that could take the top off the defense. But you can just see the confidence in Drake Maye. We saw during the offseason him become a leader. He was getting every single wide receiver together for workouts. You can see him leading the team, and everybody on the Patriots trusts him. So I am going to say, everybody just needs to calm the hell down. He is the future of the New England Patriots. I don't want to be hearing, we need to start Tommy DeVito. We should have never traded Joe Milton. And hell, I saw the dumbest take that I've ever seen that said, we need to sit him and draft Drew Aller. Give me a break. Give me a break. Are you buying Drake Maye's improvement? Type B for buy or type S for sell. I'm buying it. I think he's going to be a top 10 quarterback in this league. Quarterback play is already kind of terrible at this moment, so I'd pretty much put him in the top 10 at this point. Going to get into the Christian Gonzalez news, positive news. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Do we have my lineup? Producer Moose. I made a lineup, and you guys can make a lineup just like that one. And Prize Picks is giving you a max discount with Jalen Hurts. And I know Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the ball a lot. He can't throw the ball downfield. I want Drake Maye to throw the ball more downfield than Jalen Hurts. But give me the more. He's going to throw for 1. Now, the original projection, I don't know about that one. But Drake Maye, give me the more on 230.5 passing yards. And Hunter Henry, he's been going off lately. Give me the more on 38.5 receiving yards. You can make a lineup just like that one when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, let's talk about the man of the hour, and I wanted him to play in week 3, but he did not. But Gonzo could return this week, and we heard it from Mike Vrabel. That was the first thing. I feel like every single time that he has had a press conference, that the first thing when he walks up, Karen of Mass Live, I'm sorry, Karen, I cannot pronounce your last name, but she always asks Vrabel, what's the update on Christian Gonzalez? And today, the plan is to ramp up Gonzalez' practice participation this week in hopes of him playing Sunday against the Panthers. And this is the quote, hopefully he'll be ready to go. And the first thing that I want to say is, yes! Finally! finally we can see him on the field because the secondary has been so mid. I'm sorry, Alex Austin, but if you looked at the snap counts, Alex Austin did not play that much after letting up the first couple of drives, and then the Patriots defense, they barely allowed any points after that. But I have a feeling this was their plan all along. I really didn't think Christian Gonzalez was going to be ready to play NFL football after missing 2 months of practices and only practicing 3 times when one of them is a walkthrough. So technically only 2 practices. Was he going to be ready? No. I think they were going to sit him out, have him get another week's worth, and then have him play against Carolina because Carolina's offense is really, really weak. And that's what Vrabel said. It was his decision to not let Christian Gonzalez play. It was about protecting the player. They do not, and I mean they do not, want him to get hurt. You need Gonzalez more than anything because we saw last week, I love you, Carlton Davis, but you saw him get mossed. I don't know if that play happens with Christian Gonzalez, but the last thing that you want to see happen is him re-aggravate himself, re-injure himself. And then you're missing out on him, not only long-term, but hey, could this be a reoccurring injury? I mean, hell, Mike Evans just lost another couple weeks because he has an IR or he has a hamstring injury, and I feel like every single year he has had a hamstring injury. But when Christian Gonzalez is on the field, man, he is one of the best in the business. Almost a 50% completion percentage. Usually, a lot of cornerbacks, they allow 60 to 70. 499 yards, only allowed 2 touchdowns, 7 PBUs. But that's a little low number because they just don't target him. And the QB rating when targeting him is 70.5. Christian Gonzalez completely changes this secondary. It goes from, hey, Carlton Davis, you got to guard DK Metcalf, what he did last week. Well, this week, it's going to be Christian Gonzalez on Tedero McMillan if he plays. He's got a calf injury. He might not play. So now you have your duo of Davis and Gonzalez, and it is going to be threatening. You also got Marcus Jones in the nickel corner, which I really like to see. This is a must-win game, though. 1-2 against 1-2. And loser goes to 1-3, and you have a 34% chance to make the playoffs. And I will say, the Chiefs and the Ravens play this week. One of those teams are going to go 1-3. So this is a must-win game for the New England Patriots. You let me know. What do you think? Is it a must-win game for the Patriots? Type Y for yes or type N for no. That's going to do it for today's episode of Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Make sure you hit that sub button. And as always, let's go Pats. Boom. Nicholas Clover. I hope Gonzo is 100% before he returns. I think he's good. I saw we got a super chat. A very, very dumb super chat. Oh, my God. They play South Carolina this week. T-Mac will moss Davis or Jones or Alex Austin. We don't know if he's playing. Nick Hendricks coming on with a $2 super chat. Pat should consider drafting Calzada.
Yes!
He's benched for Cutter Boley. Cutter Boley, man. Darius says Diddy. What do you mean? We'd be undefeated without Gonzalez? Yeah, Tony Mitchell. I agree, man. Like, with Christian Gonzalez playing week 1, does Geno Smith go off? Does he throw for 360 yards? I don't think so. Bruce, it's all right. I appreciate you for tuning in. Hopefully we see you on Sunday during the watch party. Would I start Ramondre? Big Daddy Joe. Well, I already have that question in the mailbag. I would not. No chance in hell. I would not do that. Did you guys see that he said he's playing this week? Yeah, I think he's going to play this week unless we see a setback. Hey, be nice. Be nice. Be nice to Bruce. 3-0 with Gonzo, 100%, Haven. 100%. I mean, you win week 2 without him. To be fair, Geno lit us up last year with Gonzo. You commit more stops, though. I better see Chisholm on the field, too. You're going to see an unhappy Alper if Efton Chisholm is not on the field this week. I'm going to be really, really, really mad. Going to be really mad. Ooh, I forgot this is a cold open. I mean, the Reds blew it last night. We all want Kyle Williams. We could easily be 0-3. Yeah, if Devon Achane doesn't step out of bounds, you're screwed.
Patriots full games because, like, calling Falcons and stuff like that. You guys shoot yourself in the foot.
We go full on Plaxico.
Like,
Burress,
a
deep
lot.
dream.
You guys, like, you might be 0-3, but you could also be 2-1. Easy.
Their offense is literally one of the top offenses in football in statistical. Which you also have Drake Maye being a top 5 quarterback statistically right now, and your red zone offense is awful. It's really, really bad. It's really bad. We all want to see Chisholm and Kyle Williams. One thing I'm looking for is for Spillane to get more involved. He was really, really, really good on Sunday. I did go with the Plaxico reference. I did go. But Spillane, he had like 15 tackles last week. He didn't miss any tackles. He had an interception. He was all over the field. He was great last game. And I think he realized how bad he was the first 2 weeks of the season and woke up. I mean, he's playing for a new team. I know we didn't, like, Milton Williams has been great since we first started, which I'm still pissed off about Alex Austin and the illegal contact of the holding injury because he got a strip sack on Aaron Rodgers, and that doesn't count now, so it technically says the Patriots don't have... Yeah. Kyle Williams played 9 snaps on last Sunday's game. He played 9 snaps. Yes, sir. We are getting in to our second cut of the day, and the Patriots got some good news. Really good news, and it involves Tony Mitchell. You'll have to find out on Sunday. If Christian Gonzalez plays, wink, wink, nod, nod. Wink, wink, nod, nod. But we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the Patriots' upcoming schedule and how great it is for them to take advantage. The Patriots are shooting themselves in the foot. Last week, that was pretty much the main reason why they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Penalties and turnovers. So if you want the Patriots to clean up the sloppy play, get disciplined, hard-nosed football, hit that thumbs up icon, and let's get started with today's video. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and these next 5 games are going to be a pivotal point in this New England Patriots season, and it's going to determine whether or not they make the playoffs. You see the 5 games right here: Panthers, Bills, Saints, Titans, and Browns. And a lot of you people are probably thinking just like I am, how did the Patriots get that easy of a schedule? And that's why I'm here to tell you there's a lot of good news over the hill, on the horizon, just waiting to tell the Patriots, oh, you guys could win every single one of these games, except maybe one against the Bills. Let's kind of talk about why I'm just kind of skipping over that game in Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. But the odds are forever in your favor. The Patriots are favored in 4 out of the next 5 games, according to ESPN's Power Index, and it gave the Patriots a better percent chance on every single game besides that game I keep talking about, and that's in Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. But let's start off with the game that they have this upcoming Sunday, and it is against the Carolina Panthers. At home, and you see that line right there. There's the first game that you're favored in, -5.5. And I like saying that the Patriots have a better chance at home, but their home record just doesn't take care of what I want to talk about because they're like 3-15 since 2023. But for the Panthers, you have a great opportunity to just take advantage. If we look at the quarterbacks, like, the jury is still completely out on Bryce Young. Do we really know if this guy is a top quarterback or even a starting caliber quarterback in this league? Because you watch him and sometimes he looks really good, and sometimes you watch him and you're like, how is this guy an NFL quarterback? and this is within 3 games. His completion percentage is only 53%. Only 482 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, and a QB rating, which is awful, of 74.4%. This guy, I just watch him and I'm like, he's not good. And everybody, like, he's shorter than I am. He's like 5'9". And usually you see Kyler Murray with the Arizona Cardinals. He's a speedster. He runs all the way around the field. Well, for Bryce Young, for being small, he's not really that mobile, and he stays in the pocket completely most of the time. And that's why the Patriots need to take advantage. If you can blitz to him and get to the quarterback, it might help you kind of win this game. There's a reason why he throws 3 interceptions. And me personally, I don't know what he's seeing on the line, but I know from playing football, and when you're less than 6 feet, you can't see over the line of scrimmage. So Bryce Young should be more mobile than he actually is, but he never really showed that he is quick, fast, and can get away from defensive linemen like Milton Williams or Christian Barmore. But that's why these next 5 games are so important. We're talking about this game right now. That's this Sunday, and I think it's a must-win because if you lose that game, you're most likely going to start talking about mock drafts and should the Patriots go on winning more games or should they kind of look into another direction? Hey, do we really want to be stuck in purgatory at 7-10 and you get a bad draft pick? Here's why. If you look at the wild card contenders from 5 all the way down to 12, none of these teams, when you compare them to the New England Patriots, really stick out. I mean, obviously, you see the Kansas City Chiefs, you see the Baltimore Ravens, but they play each other this weekend. So one of them will be 1-3. And there's 3 wild card spots, 5, 6, and 7. I know the Patriots are better than the Las Vegas Raiders. I still think that game week 1 was a fluke. I think the Patriots are better than the Browns. I think the Patriots are better than the Jaguars. The Denver Broncos have been a disappointment to start the year. So you have a great opportunity, even though you lost to the Steelers, to get one of those final 3 spots. And you have to take advantage these next 5 games. Because if you go 4-1 and you are 5-3 to start the first 8 weeks of the season, how can you complain? The sky is the limit for this team. But we'll break down why specifically why they're favored and why they have a chance to win every single one of these games. So I'll ask you guys, before we get into it, what will the Patriots' record be over the next 5 games? You saw who they play. They involved teams with the Browns. They involved the Titans. They involved the Saints. And then, of course, they involve the Buffalo Bills, who look like the best team in the NFL. Coming up, we got some good news, good quarterback news because, well, speaking of good news, none of the quarterbacks are really good. But before we get into that, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. I made a lineup for this weekend's game with New England and Carolina, but Prize Picks giving you a max discount. I think Jalen Hurts is going to get 1 yard, right? Give me the more on that. Drake Maye, the more, 230.5 passing yards, and Hunter Henry, he had 90 last week. Give me the more on that one. You can make a lineup just like that when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, so the next 5 quarterbacks that the Patriots play are pretty much mediocre. They're kind of bad. They're not great. And the first one that you're going up against is Bryce Young. But if you can see here, well, you have the MVP. But Bryce Young, and I put question marks for Spencer Rattler because is he going to be the starter? Because they have an opportunity to put in Tyler Shook. Cam Ward, I mean, the Titans are terrible. Their offensive line is one of the worst I've ever seen. Their team is bad. They're getting blown out every single week, and they should fire their head coach. And then you have Joe Flacco with the Browns. And there's a question mark there. Do you want to start Gabriel? Do you want to start all the things that happens with Shedeur Sanders? So the next 5 quarterbacks just aren't good. But let's say the quarterback stats. Let's look at if all these are the quarterbacks that you're going to face. And I left good old Joshy Poo out of here because he's obviously one of the best. But if you look at Bryce Young, the 60% complete percentage, 600 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Not good. Spencer Rattler is the best one on this list, and the Saints might be the worst team in football next to the Titans. 67 completion percentage, 639, 4 touchdowns. Cam Ward, almost a 50% completion. Not good. Gonzalez back to your secondary and having that duo of Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez, you have to take advantage of these weak offenses. A lot of these quarterbacks are pretty bad because their offensive line is pretty bad. Cam Ward has been sacked over 11 times, which is the most I have ever seen. And then you look at the Saints. They just can't score on anybody. They were down, 38-6 against the Seahawks? You have to play games like that. Bryce Young, he's getting sacked. He can't throw the ball. He can't really do it. So you have to take advantage of the weak offenses. And I looked at the strength of schedule according to Tankathon, and I had to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the list. The remaining strength of schedule for the Patriots is .357, the easiest schedule in the league. I'm not even mentioning the other teams the Patriots play, which we'll get into later in the show. But with how weak the schedule is and how bad of a teams that they're playing, I think this is the time where you take advantage and put Drake Maye in and throw the ball deep and make big plays happen. Because if you really look at the past 3 weeks, Patriots, they have not made any big, explosive plays. It's been, we're just going to kind of put the nail in, kind of death by 1,000 cuts. We're going to pick you apart 10 yards by 10 yards. You can see right here for Drake Maye's passing stats. The yards between 0 and 10 are 39 and 49. They've attempted 49 passes within 10 yards. Then the intermediate throws, 18 for 27. But they have only thrown the ball plus 20 yards 7 times. And if you look at Drake Maye's big-time throws, which PFF, I really don't know how they describe big-time throws, but I'm assuming that it's big, explosive plays. And he's only made 2 of them. 19th of 34 quarterbacks that were eligible for that. You have to get bigger. You have to make the explosive play happen. And that starts with the wide receivers. That starts with Stephon Diggs getting more reps. That starts with Kyle Williams getting more reps. Hell, you have Mac Hollins. He's a tall, big wide receiver. Throw it deep. See what happens. Get your play actions going. Have it go to Hunter Henry over the seam. You have to make explosive plays happen, or you're not going to beat teams like the Baltimore Ravens that you have to play, like the Buffalo Bills that you have to play. It's not going to happen unless you have those explosive plays. And then when you're looking at the season as a whole, you could be 3-0. You could be 0-3. But it's so frustrating watching this offense because you see the potential and you know the types of teams that you're going to play. I talked about it. I mentioned that the Patriots have to play the Bengals, who don't have a quarterback now. They have to play the Jets twice. Take advantage. It's very frustrating that they've lost every game, the 2 games, by 1 possession. You can easily be 3-0, and you have to take advantage of all 5 of these games. 4 out of 5, because I'm marking up the Bills game as a loss. But you have to take advantage of these bad teams. You have to come out of this 4-1 or 3-2 if you want to have any chance of making the playoffs. So we'll get back to the original question that I had at the beginning of this show. Do you want the Patriots to clean up the sloppy play? If you do, like we all do, like the video, hit that thumbs up icon, and while you're down there, also give the channel a sub. We made it to 30,000 subscribers, on our way to 40,000. So hit that sub button right now, and as always, let's go Pats. Your boy Trav, how we doing? What's going on, Michelle? I say 3-2. Pats fan, you're going to Pats Browns? That's awesome. Oh, Thumb's coming in with a $2 super chat. If we go deep and take chances, we win. Hashtag hot take. Is it really a hot take? Is it really a hot take? Mac beat the Bills. He did beat the Bills. Monday Night Football. When it was windy as hell. Remember they kicked it and it went like, It was incredible to see. I know we can beat the Bills. I'm not saying that we can't beat the Bills. But I'm chalking up that game as a loss. I'm going to mark it as a loss. You're not going to go 5-0. Only like Super Bowl winning teams. Yes, with like 74 rush attempts. Thumbs, you're going to Pats versus Titans and Pats versus Browns? You're going all the way to Nashville? If I was still living in Kentucky, I would definitely go to Pats Titans. Nashville's probably my second or third favorite city.
It's a great place, frankly.
Have you ever been to Nashville? Yeah, I used to go all the time. From what I remember in Nashville.
You know what's going to sound crazy is that I've mapped this out before. In my life, I have been to 39 out of 50 states. I have never been to New York. No, that's a lie. I have. I've been to Buffalo. That's a lie. I've never been to Massachusetts. I've never been to Boston, ever, in my entire life. I've never been north of, like, Buffalo, yes, but, like, east of Buffalo. I mean, that's basically, like, you know what I mean? Like, I have not seen any of Trenton or Rhode Island or...
Like Trenton, New Jersey?
Yeah, I've never been to New Jersey, never been to Rhode Island, never been to Massachusetts or Vermont or Maine, none of that.
Why was Trenton, New Jersey the first New Jersey city that you thought of?
Well, because, frankly, when you live in the White House like I do, you like to spend all of your time in D.C. It stands for Dick Charles. I don't know.
Trenton, New Jersey. I mean, I've been there plenty of times because I took the train in. Do I think the Pats will keep Tommy next year? If they like him, if he's good in practice. We don't know how he is in practice because practice is not public anymore. You're going to be in Nashville, Mr. Swiss? My favorite bars in Nashville are Kid Rock's and the Devil's Kiss Shot will get you. It will get you. The Frable Revenge Game. Oh, yeah. Do we have a lot of questions? We haven't been pushing hashtag Patriots. We need to push hashtag Patriots. Use hashtag Patriots to ask all your Patriots questions for the mailbag. As always, we have how many people in the chat right now? We got 57 in the chat right now. We're 2 likes away.
This is unacceptable.
How many questions do we have?
3.
We have 3 questions. What
3.
are we doing?
We have a couple super chats, which is nice, but we only have 3. That's unacceptable. Hashtag Patriots to get the mailbag.
Hashtag Patriots. What do you guys think? If you have any questions about the New England Patriots, please use hashtag Patriots. We can ask any of them. I'm looking. How about Russ Francis for classic tight end? We're just going throwbacks here. There's a good question, Jeremy. There's a good question. I like that one. Use the picture. Yeah. There we go, old man mob. I love that question. How about Jackson? Did you see the other report on Stephon Diggs that came out? I don't know if you guys saw the new Stephon Diggs report that came out. Oh, my God. I'm going to have to pull it up, aren't I? It's the Chiefs. I would say their kid is going to be a boy. This is the Chiefs report host.
Is he an eventual Patriot as well?
You can boo him all you want. Well, we beat the Chiefs. Hold on, I got to find it. That one.
Oh.
Yes.
That's not a cool report.
Oh, Big Daddy Joe coming in with a 20.
Let's go.
There we go.
Big Father.
Big Father Joe. Mr. Swiss, I hope he plays, man. I really do. Jeremy Kimball, if you want to go on Twitter, and look at – I'm not going to talk about the latest Stephon Diggs rumors that came out. It is unfootball related, and we're here to talk football. But if you want to go look it up, just go look up Diggs rumors and Savage Sports. Big Daddy Joe coming in with a 20. And I will say, Big Daddy Joe, Patriot time, yes. 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 That one right there. That one right there. I will say, Big Daddy Joe, I'm not going to speak about it because I'm just not going to. That is his business, and it's not football related. But Big Daddy Joe, all your super chats, they do get you into the raffle for a jersey of your choice that we're giving away at the end of Sunday's stream. After the Panthers game, since it will be the last stream of the month of September, we are giving away a Patriots jersey of your choice. You can be whoever you want. It could be Drake Maye, Christian Gonzalez, Efton Chisholm. Julian Edelman just got inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame. If you want a Julian Edelman jersey, we got you. But we are going to have a duck race and put them all on the pond, and one person will get it. Your boy Drew won the first one in August for the giveaway. He won the jersey. We ordered it for him. I think it's getting shipped out soon. How many questions do we have now? Plenty. I hope they're good. I hope they are good. Shout out to Big Daddy Joe once again coming in with the 20. Really appreciate you. I hope your Red Sox have the magic number of getting into the postseason. Okay. Yeah, Pats fan, I did, and I think that's absolutely an anomaly. I think it's absolutely crazy, and I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't think he'll come back. And honestly, if you're the Celtics and you're a Celtics fan, do you really want him to come back that early? Because that team should tank. They should tank and then get a great draft pick, come back in 2026, 27, and then go for a title. You just want a title. Do what the Thunder did. It's exactly what the Thunder did. They were terrible for a little bit. Yes. JR Pats fan, use hashtag Patriots and we can ask that question. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and we are doing this during our live show. It is a Q&A like we always do every week, so if you're still in the live chat, use hashtag Patriots or Super Chat, and you can get on our mailbag, answering all the questions for Patriots against the Carolina Panthers, and what I think is a must win. The Patriots are 5.5-point favorites. They think it's going to be an average scoring game, 43.5 points. But both of these teams are 1-2. One of these teams is going to 1-3. And I said it was a must-win game. It is a must-win game. If you lose this game, your playoff chances are most likely going to go out the window. So you let me know down in the comments section. Is this a must-win for the New England Patriots? Yes or no? Starting off with the Super Chats is Big Daddy Joe. The realest of real ones, became a mod on last week's live stream. He says, do we replace the DC? And what he is mentioning is that Terrell Williams, unfortunately, is having a lot of health problems, and he's with the team on and off. And because of his health problems, he hasn't been able to lead as a defensive coordinator. Nick Kurz has been replacing him he's the linebackers coach, replacing him as the defensive coordinator. So what I think he's asking is, should we replace him? And honestly, I'll give my opinions. And because he cannot be on the Patriots team, because you're only hurting yourself and you're hurting the team. If you can't be fully invested in this team, it's only right that you step down and hopefully get better. I'm not saying like, hey, the Patriots need to fire him, but let him get fully healthy. If it takes him a whole year, let him take a whole year. He's a great defensive coordinator. He was great with the Lions. I think that they really should consider having him step down. And if he can come back next year, great. But right now, he cannot be a distraction to this football team. Thumbs coming in with a $2 super chat. Bench Stevenson and split time with Efton and Kyle. So bench Stevenson, I will say, I think that they're going to bench Ramondre Stevenson because we saw at practice on Wednesday that Travion Henderson was taking first team snaps as the workouts were happening, and then it was Antonio Gibson, and then it was Ramondre Stevenson. Split time with Efton Chisholm and Kyle, and he's mentioning Kyle Williams. I hope Efton Chisholm plays. We will not find out until Sunday. And for Kyle Williams, he only had 9 snaps. 9 snaps on Sunday's game. You drafted him at 69th overall. He has talent. You see the speed. Have him play more, man. Just have him play more, man. Drake, maybe. That's who's in the comments right now? Oh, my God. Go check out my last video that I just made, and I will say why you do not say Drake maybe. He's asking, what do you do with Ramondre Stevenson? And I think that is the biggest question throughout the Patriots right now, because Ramondre Stevenson last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, he fumbled. Not once, but twice. And what made matters even worse is he fumbled going into the end zone. And this was his stats. 4 carries, 18 yards, 3 receptions, and 2 fumbles. I really think that he is a talented running back. I loved him in 2022 when he rushed for 1,000 yards. He was one of the best Patriots on the team. But with what he's done, I mean, if you go back, it's 9 fumbles now dating back to last year. So if I'm the head coach, what I would do if I was Mike Vrabel, I would sit Ramondre Stevenson for week 4 against the Carolina Panthers. They're a weak team. They're not really good. I expect to win this game. I'd healthy scratch Stevenson. I'd let him sit. I would call up Terrell Jennings from the practice squad, and I would go with those 3 running backs. You go with Travion Henderson, Antonio Gibson, and Terrell Jennings for that week. Let Ramondre kind of gather his thoughts. Let him take a week off. Have him be better. I got a football. Carry that football with you nonstop. Hold it tight. But I also want to say, for all of you that think, oh, you should trade him, cut him. No. Do not cut Ramondre Stevenson. 1, he makes too much money. 2, he's too talented to be cut. You saw what he did against the Miami Dolphins. That over-the-shoulder throw where he catches it right here. Not all running backs make that catch. You need to keep him on this team. You have to figure out a way so he stops fumbling the ball. And for everybody that says trade him, he's a fumbling maniac. Who is going to trade for an overpaid running back like Ramondre Stevenson? Nobody. Nobody at all. So I'll ask you guys, would you bench Ramondre Stevenson just for this week? I want to see him on the bench, have him gather his thoughts, let him take a week off. Still practicing, still with the team, but he doesn't deserve to play. Type B for bench or type S for start if you want to see that. Tasobi, the one from Germany, coming in. Which wide receiver will have the most yards on Sunday? That's a good question. Can I say not Pop Douglas because he has 13 targets on 13 yards? That's it. If I had to choose somebody, Mike Vrabel did say, they asked him, is Stephon Diggs' role going to change? And he said, of course it's going to change. He's coming off an ACL injury. He's going to get better. At some point, you're not going to see Stephon Diggs getting 48% of the snaps. You're going to see him getting 60%. He also said that no wide receiver is going to get 90%. I think the highest was Kayshon Boutte at 76. If I had to choose, I'd probably say Kayshon Boutte. But wide receiver aside, I'm going 100%. I'm going 100% with Hunter Henry. And we already did answer that question, Moose. We did answer that question with Big Daddy Joe's $20 super chat, which I think Terrell Williams should step down as defensive coordinator and come back next year. I do think that Efton Chisholm needs to play. I hope he plays. I really, really, really do. JR, the Pats fan. Is Jelani Tavai going to come back? Yes, he's going to be back. And right now, they need him to come back because we saw Christian Ellis get benched. He was playing really, really bad in that game against the Steelers. And then we also saw Jack Gibbons go in and play really good. I mean, hell, Robert Spillane has been just okay. You have Marte Mapu getting a lot of snaps too. Jahlani Tavai was put on the short-term IR with his injury, and he will be back after. He's eligible to come back after this week. So after this game against the Carolina Panthers, you should see on either Tuesday, Wednesday, he could be activated. And the Patriots, they also have an open roster spot right now. They don't have 53 on their roster. They have 52. So I think they're waiting for Tavai to be eligible to come back and immediately activate him to put him on the 53-man roster. We're going to get into some more of your guys' questions, but first I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. I made a lineup for you guys for this weekend's game, and it is a good one. Jalen Hurts, it's a max discount for half a passing yard. We know he can't throw the ball downfield, but I think he could throw 1 yard. Give me the more on that. Then Drake Maye, the more on passing yards. 230.5. He's going to get that. Come on, guys. Come on. And then Hunter Henry, the more on receiving yards. He had 90 last week. Give me the more on that one. You can make a lineup just like that when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, let's get back to those questions. And I think a lot of you guys are kind of just asking a lot of things about just the Patriots against the Panthers. And hopefully they get this done, because if they don't, they're going to be a lot of crashing out from the Patriots and from me personally on the live stream. So if you guys like it, hit that sub button. Patriot time. Did Gonzo practice today? Yes, he did. As of this recording, it is Wednesday, my dudes. And he did practice. He was limited. He has practiced since he's come back last Wednesday. He has not missed a practice. He has been limited with a hamstring injury every single day of the way. But Mike Vrabel did say the expectation is for him to ramp up and be back on Sunday. I think the whole plan was, hey, we're only going to practice you 3 days. I don't think you're ready to play against the Steelers, which he wanted to. He said that he really, really wanted to. But Mike Vrabel said, we're not going to risk injury. But I think I 100%. If he doesn't play, I will be shocked. I will be shocked. Mr. Swiss 14, is Josh the answer? McDaniels, as he's talking about, or was Brady the reason for his success? I think a combination of both. I think Tom Brady was just a mastermind. I mean, he was a genius, and it also just worked out. The Patriots had an amazing roster. It wasn't just Tom Brady. I mean, Julian Edelman just got inducted to the Patriots Hall of Fame. You look at their offensive line, it was great at some points. Throughout the entire 20 years of the dynasty, I could list off names like Nate Soldier was great. We had Logan Mankins, Matt Light. The offensive line was great, and they took advantage of that. You also had James White, Kevin Falk. You had all these guys that helped this team. It's not as good as it used to be. So I'm also going to say, like, maybe Josh take two. I think Brady was the reason for his success, but I also think the Patriots roster as a whole was the reason for his success. He's a good offensive coordinator. He just has to adapt to 2025 NFL. I can't even speak at this point. 2025 NFL and not 2015. Jordan's dancing partner. For any of you guys that saw that AI video of Bill Belichick and Jordan, is absolutely crazy. Do the Patriots still have playoff hopes? Good question, Jordan's dancing partner. I think Mr. Belichick. I do think the Patriots still have playoff hopes. And it's just a simple yes. Of course they still have playoff hopes. Just because you're 1-2 doesn't mean your season is over. If you look at the Kansas City Chiefs and then you look at the Baltimore Ravens, they're both 1-2. And then you look at both teams, who do they play? They play each other. So then they play against each other. One of those two teams are going to be 1-3 after Sunday, after week 4. And you think their season's going to be done? No, I don't think so. And with the Patriots' schedule, it is one of the easiest schedules that you have ever seen. According to Tankathon, They have the remaining strength of schedule for every single team. All the way down to the bottom is the New England Patriots at .357. Easy schedule, man. You got to take advantage. And if you go 5-3 throughout the next 5 games, which is against the Panthers, let's skip the Bills game. Then you go against the Saints, which is the worst team in football. Panthers were considered the worst team in football. Then the Titans were considered the worst team in football. And the Browns were also considered the worst team in football, but they just beat the Green Bay Packers. So anything can happen in the National Football League, as of course Collinsworth would say. But you also play the Falcons. You also play the Jets twice. You also play the Bengals. And you also play the Giants. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'll split with the Jets, 7, 8. That's 8 wins right there. And that puts you at 9 on the season. 9-8, that could get you into the playoffs. It might be a little bit hectic, like you lost the tiebreaker to the Steelers now, but 9 wins, and if you can miraculously split with the Bills, which the Patriots always do, that puts you at 10 wins. That'll get you into the playoffs. So I'm not going to say the Patriots' playoff hopes are over, but you let me know down in the comments section. Predict the Patriots' record. What do you think they're going to go? 10-7? Do you think they're going to go 9-8? Let me know down in the comments section. Another great week full of questions. Hopefully the Patriots can get the win against the Carolina Panthers, and we will be live Sunday at noon Eastern. So make sure you hit that sub button. And as always, let's go Pats.
You did it.
I did it.
All right. Let's give them a couple more minutes. Get on out of here.
Bill O'Brien and Charlie Weiss. Remember when Bill O'Brien literally screamed his head off? I was at that game. That was the first ever Patriots game I went to.
First ever.
First game. Do I think Buffalo is winning every game? I think it's possible. Dude, their schedule is so easy. Yeah, obviously, nobody goes undefeated except for the Patriots until what happened. But if you look at the Bills' schedule, they play the Saints this weekend, which they're 17-point favorites. Then you play the Patriots.
Might be a loss.
It's in Buffalo.
Might be a loss.
I hope it's a loss. Praying it's a loss. Falcons.
Win.
Panthers.
Win.
At home against the Chiefs.
Loss.
Okay, so there's your loss.
Yes.
Okay. Miami Dolphins.
Win.
Tampa Bay Bucks.
Loss.
At home.
Loss.
I think they're winning at home. At Houston.
Win.
Pittsburgh.
Win.
Cincinnati.
Win.
In New England.
Win.
Cleveland.
Win.
Philly.
Loss.
In Buffalo.
Loss.
And then Patriots don't play the Eagles. Ooh, that would have been that's very oddly enough from the same state. What is Nick Flagg saying? If the Patriots get 1 win over the Bills, they will make the playoffs. 100%. If they can beat the Bills in New England, they will make the playoffs. Now, who's the 3 seed right now? Do we know? Jeremy Kimball, how do you get XP? You either super chat or comment. So before we get out of here, we can Moose, but yeah, we can show the wild card contenders. 5, 6, 7, 8. These are all the wild card contenders. These are teams that you probably are going to see in the wild card. I don't think the Steelers are that good. I think the Patriots shot themselves in the foot, and that's the reason why they lost. Jaguars, are they really that great? I don't know. Or did I make a mistake? Aren't the Jags 2-1? No. Are they? Okay. That's a mistake. Why did I have them as 1-2? Yes, the Jaguars are 2-1. That's a mistake on my part, but they're still in the wild card race because the Colts hold the tiebreaker. I mean, they hold the lead. Yeah, so they're still in the wild card, the Jags, at 2-1. So you have those 12. You have those 12 teams. 3 of them are going to get the wild card, and then it could be anybody. It could be anybody. Dylan, we recapped Drake Maye. We gave an update on Christian Gonzalez. We talked about the next 5 games for the Patriots, and then we answered all your questions. That's what we did. Those were our 3 segments. Steelers also 2-1. Dude, what did I read? I just listed off a graphic of all records. It is a Wednesday. It is a Wednesday. The Steelers, oh yeah, they beat the Jets and then they beat the Seahawks. Yeah, they beat the Jets and they beat the Seahawks. Who? No. They got killed by the Seahawks.
You just said they beat the Jets and the Seahawks.
They beat the Jets and the Patriots. Sorry. They got killed by the Seahawks. It is a Wednesday. I'm tired. Next time you come back to Delaware, good food? What we got? Good food. Gonzo is in. Gonzo is in. He will be practicing. That's why you subscribe to the channel. Let's see. What are we at here? We were so close to 30,200, which we did make. Got 30,200. We gained 8 subs on the channel today while we were live, which is awesome. But if you want daily videos for the New England Patriots, if you want lives twice a week, also giving you guys YouTube shorts. I put it on a short on why everybody needs to calm the hell down on Drake Maye. And those subs, that's now 30,200. The goal, by the bye week, 40K, and I think that we can get to it way before the bye week. Oh, you're south. You're in Fenwick and Selbyville? That's close to Maryland. That is very close to Maryland. See you, Nick Flag. I'll see you on Sunday, hopefully. Camden, Wyoming. Big Daddy Joe, you close to the ballpark? Close to the Little League ballpark? You're right there? Because I went to Pfeiffer Middle School when I was a kid, which is in Camden, Wyoming. And then after that, I'll get out of here. No, Camden, Wyoming is a town in Delaware. Town in Delaware. Shout out to Big Daddy Joe. Oh, man, Big Daddy Joe. Big Daddy Joe, how old are your kids? Maybe they know who I am. I will say, I am banned from Browns. I'm shadow banned from Browns. One of the bartenders flipped out on me because I asked for a drink after last call. Oldest is 39, also a little... I'm 27. I'm 27. So I was at Pfeiffer Middle School from 2009 to 2011 or 2012. But the bartender flipped out on me, so I gave her a bad tip. Yeah, she screamed at me. Took a picture of me, and I was shadow banned. Youngest is 25. I'm 27. They might know. And that's only 2 years younger. I know. But they have my name. Dox myself, Brett Alper. I was the only Pats fan in my high school. No, my dad goes in the chat on Sundays.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is Albert's dad that he's talking to.
No, my dad is in the chat all the time. Good old Greg. But shout out to all of you guys for tuning in today. Tosobi 44. You're still young, Tosobi. You're still young. All right. We got a live show on Sunday. Patriots, Panthers. And if we lose, I'm going to crash out. But I think it might be a blowout, ladies and gentlemen. I think it might be a blowout. Too bad you wasn't. Yeah, I know. We will see you guys on Sunday, noon Eastern, for Patriots, Panthers watch party. Until next time, let's go Pats.